You're welcome to your last section for your graduation. I must commend you. You have really done your job, and now you're in the last phase, in the
Yes,
last
ma'am.
phase of your graduation, which is the mock interview. We're going to start. So, how we're going to start this interview, you're going to reply me as a client, right? Because I'm going to be interviewing you as a virtual assistant. Are you ready? Calm
Yes,
down. Don't
ma'am.
be scared.
I'm a bit nervous, but I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. Okay. Hi, Ada. Thank you for taking our time to meet with me today on virtual assistant role I'm currently hiring. So, can you tell me a little bit about your experience as a virtual assistant?
Okay, thank you for having me today. My name is Ada Onyagasi, and I'm an executive virtual assistant that help supports executives with their admin tasks. I help clients manage their emails, calendar coordinations, and project follow-ups. So you can see me as the behind the scene persons that keep the business moving forward. I also have previous experiences in supporting an executive in a publishing company. My role was to coordinate meetings across different time zones with his authors and also publishing other publishing company. And also have I do also have an experience in customer facing role, such as cold calling and keeping up with prospects and handling tasks. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Okay, that's good to hear. So, may I know the tools they are proficient in?
Okay. I am proficient in using the Google Workspace, the Microsoft Outlooks for the meeting scheduling and follow up with team meetings and team tasks. I also use CRM tools for customer relation management in terms of customer facing roles. And I use Canva and CapCut for social media management, for editing and creating videos, reels for social media.
Okay. So, when you mention CRM, what type of CRM have you used?
Okay, so I've used HubSpot, I've used Zendesk for CRM, for customer relation management, and has also helped with also marketing, email marketing, because when we store the information of the customers, we also advertise our products through their emails. So I think CRM tools have really helped us in that aspect.
Okay. That's good to hear. So now, being that you're going to be working remotely and our time zones are different, and how do you handle client communication? Um, yeah, when you're working or when you're working with a client, how do you handle client communication?
Okay, so client communication is done through their preferred service or their preferred mode of communication. And in case of calendar coordination, I use tools like WhatsApp Bodly to set up meeting because we do have the daylight saving time, which occurred already around summertime. So we use WhatsApp Bodly in case of scheduling with team meetings across different time zones. So I send the information and they can easily pick up a date or a time that is suitable for them in case they're working in a company or individually. So I'm able to manage their time better.
Okay. So in terms of when you eventually you're successful and I would want to work with you, right? So how would you manage our communication, right? In terms of the times you're going to send me messages, but eventually you need to ask questions or you need to gain clarity on a particular task. How would you go about that?
Okay, so for communication, like I said previously, using the client's preferred mode of communication, either by Slack or WhatsApp or whichever works for my clients. And we're able to, for the time zone, when working with different time zone, you need to, like I said, use what time body tools like that to ensure that we're on time, ensure that the time correlates with that of my clients. And also when it comes to the scheduling part of it, or scheduling for my clients, I make sure to schedule in their own time zone, either PST or WAT. I make sure that that is being scheduled within that time. And so my communication, I make sure that during work hours, I communicate with them at least within 10 minutes of sending messages. I make sure I communicate to my clients, and so that there is no miscommunication or confusion, and to keep my clients rest assured.
Okay. Okay. So, how do you go about mistakes? Let's say, for instance, I assigned you a task and you made a mistake in that particular task. How do you manage that?
Okay, so for mistakes, I ensure that I'm transparent with my clients on my 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 downfall, or should I say my mistakes rather. So in case of maybe double booked calendar, I try to assess the situation first and know and get to the bottom of it, know what mistake I made, try to correct it, and also explain to my client that this is what I did and apologize, and also tell them the next call of action to it, so that there is complete transparency between my client and me.
All right. So, because this role will require you to be able to work at least 3 hours of or 3 to 5 hours a day. So, how would you manage your time effectively as a remote worker?
Okay, so we have tools like time tracker that helps manage our time, and also while dealing with clients, or I ensure that I I prioritize important and time sensitive tasks, and also know when to delegate some tasks also to my clients, and so that we don't waste each other's time. So if there is something that I feel like my client needs to handle immediately, I communicate that with my client. And there are tasks that I can delegate to myself, I ensure doing that. And also for emails that are repetitive, I have canned responses, prepared emails to respond to all the emails, to ensure that I utilize my time with my clients.
Okay, that's good. That's awesome to hear that you have canned responses for emails that are repetitive. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good to hear. So, and another question, being that you are in Nigeria and I'm in the United States, are you comfortable working across different time zones?
Yes, I am. I have clients I've worked with from China, America, and we've worked through different time zones. Like I said, I've used tools like What Time Body that have actually helped me in managing my time and ensuring that I'm there for my clients.
Okay, beautiful. That's awesome to hear. So, what's your availability? How many hours can you dedicate for this role? Like I mentioned earlier, we need 3 to 5 hours a day, right? So, which you are going to communicate in your contract, how many hours definitely that you're going to be taking if you are successful, right? So, I would like to know what's your availability like. Are you able to cover these hours for eventually you're successful?
Yes, I'm able to cover the hours, 5 hours. I'm able to cover the hours during the weekdays, and but during the weekends, I probably won't be able to. If the contract states that weekends are included, my time period is only within the weekdays, and 5 hours is fine. It's fine by me.
Okay. Okay. So you can be able to do 5 hours Monday to Friday because of course weekends are not included.
Yes, yes, nothing.
Okay. That's good to hear. That another question is, I've worked with a couple of assistants, and some of them have issues with feedback. So I would like to know, how do you take constructive criticisms from clients?
Okay, I think having feedback is a way for virtual assistant or anybody basically to grow. And I ensure to listen to what my clients is saying, not take whatever they say bad to heart, because I'm helping them, I'm supporting their businesses. So if they tell me, okay, you need to do more, I need to do more because I'm supporting their business. They're telling me what they want for their business. So I'm able to listen and take corrections so that we can better work for both of us.
Okay, okay, that's amazing. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Okay. Do you have any questions about this role?
Yes, I wanted to ask, what does a week look like with you? Your schedule, what your pain point basically in this role, and also your expectations.
Okay, for my pain point, especially is my emails. I would like my emails to be decluttered because I have a lot of emails, promotional emails, which is going to be a first start, right? Any virtual assistant that I'm going to hire is going to first of all declutter my emails from all the unsubscribe me from a lot of emails that have been filling up my inbox, right? And then client communication is also part of it because most of my customers send in their requests through the emails. So, being that you're going to have canned responses, and by the time you also go through the emails, you're able to see and oversee the kind of response I use for different requests or different questions asked by my clients, and then with time you're able to, handle the emails very well. Whether I'm there or not, right? Yeah. So another thing is in terms of the chat, as a chat app that I also use for my customers, where they also chat in case if they have questions or if they have want to ask something, so you'll be able to also man that part, right? So these are the things and the areas I also want. Like another thing is I also need from my virtual assistant is consistency, right? Because one of the things that I know that will make me to be able to work efficiently with my virtual assistant is being consistent, right? So if the virtual assistant is consistent, right? So the person will be able to, give in the best and then be able to see the underlying points or services that I need so that things will keep on working efficiently without me being there or being there to guide the virtual assistant. So, do you see yourself in that shoes?
Yes, I do see myself in the roles, and yes, this is a common issue I see with high performing professionals when it comes to email. They always have a lot of emails, and yeah, I'm able to declutter an email and reach e- inbox zero. So be rest assured, I'll be able to do that.
Okay, so have you been able to fill up a role in terms of customer support? I mentioned about an app where my customers drop their messages and requests and all of that. So most times they either use the email or they use the app. So are you able to fill in that area?
Yes, and that's why we have the CRM tools. It helps us better to put all that in one place. So all customers in one place, from emails, from messages, from the SMS you're talking about, the app. We can just put that in one app, one CRM tools, and we're able to manage everyone in one spot, and it helps make our job better. So I think that's something that we can look into.
Okay. Okay, no problems. I think that's a very good idea so that we're not juggling in between apps, right? Okay, that's a very good
Yes.
one, Ada. Do you have another question for me?
I wanted to ask for your emails, do you have a personal or they're together, both personal and work emails?
No, it's basically the business email. It's basically the business email. My personal emails, I can be able to take care of that. So it's basically the business emails where customers send in emails, so you'll be able to have an oversight or have access to that and be able to manage that.
All right. And my last question, have you had a virtual assistant work for you previously?
Oh, yes, I've had the virtual assistant work for me previously, but the services was not so good. So I had to stop her and then I started doing the things myself, but I started feeling overwhelmed again. Then I have to also put out this advert to see if I can be able to hire someone who is reliable and can work without me being there to guide her.
Okay, understood. Okay, I know I said final question, but I do have another question.
That's okay.
Okay. I wanted to know what you think about me as a candidate and what's your overall impression?
Well, that is a question I think I will have to review privately, right? But however,
Okay.
overall, I think you're good. You're good at what you're doing, and I'll review all the applicants and then be able to know who is a good fit, and then I'll be able to reach out. Is that okay?
Yeah, thank you so much for your time.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate for you taking out your time to come and have this session with me. And you'll hear back from us.
All right, looking forward to working with you.
Great, great, great. Likewise. Thank you. Congratulations. I hope you're not sweating.
I I felt like I was in the hot seat. I was nervous, and some words I just
Oh my gosh. I know. Most times it's like that. It's like that. Especially when you hear clients say, "Oh, I want to hop on a call with you." Some of them have stopped calling it interview. Some of them have stopped calling it, names that will make it look like that will make some people to get ready, right? But as a virtual
yeah.
assistant, what do? You have to always be ready. Whether it's a discovery call, whether it's any chat call or anything, you have to be ready so that because most times they'll be chatting with you, but you don't know they are interviewing at the same time, right? Yeah, but some of
Yes.
them who are actually going to interview, they will state, yeah, this is an interview, right? So when they state this is an interview as well, as a virtual assistant, you have to be ready, right? You have to be ready. You have
Yes.
to be ready. You have to be ready.
Okay, ma'am.
Congratulations.
Let me ask you a question as my coach.
Okay.
I want to know my overall performance, where I need to work on, and like what responses I need to work more on, so that really that you're not going I'm not gonna disgrace you.
Okay. So overall for the interview, let's say in the scale of 20 to 100, right? I can score you 80, right? So the reason is that most of the questions you were straight, you were straight to the point, and you also went as far as suggesting that for efficiency, that you would suggest that we're going to move everything into a CRM that can house both the emails and the chats, right? That's a very good
Yes.
one because clients will always see that person as someone will be who will be there, not just there, but be able to come up with ideas, right? Because I do that a lot when I meet with clients, right? Sometimes while you're talking with them, you have seen some of the problems in between, then you can be able to give that suggestion. So that suggestion most time gives you an edge, right? Because you have been able to come up with a solution to a problem. Because of course it's a problem, and some of them may not know it's a problem, right? So that's
Yes.
idea. When you came up with that, I was like, that's good. you know, that's good because Because when you are conversing with a client, you'll be able to somehow pin some of the underlining points why they talk, right? At least you're able to pin that out, and then you're able to suggest that you think that, being able to move this in one place so that we'll be able to house all the communication in one place was very beautiful. Was very beautiful. Then when the question about how you manage client communication was very good, the response you gave, depending on the mode of communication of the client, you'll be able to, know when to communicate there, because most of the clients have focus points. They know when you have to understand when they are busy. You have to understand when they are able to talk to you. So even most times when you drop them a chat or drop them a message, you can still do that, maybe probably for them to get ready, probably when they're up. Oh, my VA, let me check what my VA wrote, something like that. So it boils down to the person being also proactive, right? One thing is to communicate, and one thing is to communicate effectively. Do you understand? So most times, if you check their time zones, and maybe by afternoon hours will be their morning hours. Some of them are early wakers. Some of them wake up very early to check out their things and go through stuff. So if you understand the type of client, why not? You can drop a message ahead of time. If it's something you need from her, if it's something you need to put together, all of that, you send it, and then you see them responding earlier because they get ready on time. Yeah, so that's that.
Yes.
That's that so far. That's that so far. So um in terms of the payments, I know payments might have been stated maybe in the adverts or anything, but most times too is important if you can ask, so that some of them may also come up with it and say, this role, this is the remuneration for this role. Are you comfortable with that? So that they will know that, okay, this person is comfortable or this person is not comfortable with it. So they will know whom they are moving forward with, or somebody that, so that's that. But so far, he did well. He did well. So one of the things you also look out for
Ma.
why one of the things you also look out for while communicating with a client is knowing, knowing when to, knowing when to come in. Like, I don't know, how do I put that? Um, that's from one question to another, from one question to another. So knowing how to bring in what you need to bring in. Do you understand? So that they'll be able to capture everything at once. I don't know. I'm trying to get the best. I'm trying to get the best way to put it for you. But however, your composure, your responses were straight. Your answers were straightforward as well. And then the suggestion was the height of it. So that's a very good one. Okay, that's a very good one. Then
Thank
once
you
you
so
come in, and then depending on how they started, right, you can introduce yourself, say who you are, then now talk more about other things that you do, or your experience and all of that. Yeah. Then also try to put on a smile. It's very important while you're talking.
talking, right?
Yeah, you try to put on that little smile, and yeah, so it goes a long way.
Okay, ma. Noted. Thank you very much, ma.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. And then the next steps are the graduation. So we're going to meet at the graduation, and then you'll be able to have access to the job board, where you can be able to be getting little gigs that will be paid for at the end of the month. And then client matching. Yeah. And
Ah, I can't wait, ma. Every time I see your admin posting jobs, I'm like, I need to get. I wanted. I was ready since last year. That's what I don't know if you remember. I texted you, I think around December, that like, can I graduate already? Because I was already done with the course, and
wow.
so I'm ready. I'm ready.
Amazing. Amazing. And congratulations as well. You are also, going to be having someone very
Yes,
soon,
ma.
right?
Yes, ma. I'm
Congratulations.
excited for that. Thank
Congratulations.
you so much, ma. Thanks for
You're
your time.
welcome. You're welcome. All right. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the
You too.
graduation.